Sure. Big win for us last Thursday night in San Marcos. Beat a really good Texas State team on the road. And, I thought our kids played really good and found a way to get it done. Played good defensively and special teams wise, and put together a really good drive to finish the game. So we're excited to be 2-0, and we're excited to have an opportunity to go to Appalachian State this week. Really a tough venue to go play in, and playing against a really good football team. And congratulations to App too for being ranked. I think that's great for Appalachian State. It's great for our conference. But it's a really good team, and offensively with Thomas and Evans, both returning all conference players, really good offensive line. And then defensively, trying to go up against those guys, linebackers, really, really good players, and solid up front, and guys that can certainly run in the secondary. So it's going to be a really tough game for us. We know that. We know it's a tough place to go play, but, we're excited about the opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Whitney Hayworth. Whitney, please go ahead.
Coach, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to watching you guys later this week, or weekend, I should say. But, as you mentioned and alluded to, obviously App State very strong offensively. How do you go about defensively trying to slow them down? And honestly, when you kind of look at them, they're very similar to you in the fact that they can be offensive not only at the quarterback position but also in their rush game as well.
Yeah, sure. I think the main thing we have to try to do is get them into some second and long, third and longer situations. But when they get on, the roll and they're on schedule and, they're running the ball and they have the play action off the run game and they're kind of doing what they want to do, they're going to be they're almost impossible to defend. So I think the big thing for us is to be able to get some stops and, and try to make them drive the length of the field and not give up the big chunk plays, so to speak, because they certainly have guys that have that home run hit ability as well.
And what have you seen from them defensively? Earlier in the year, they were really trying to find their own identity in that aspect. So how have you seen them improve when you've watched some of their film?
They look really, really similar. Almost identical to what they've done in years past. And, the way they're built, it's not, they're not going to be the biggest team we play this year for sure. But, what they can do is they're physical and they can run the football at all 11 positions. And, so that'll be the challenge for us too, I think, is to try to stay ahead of schedule, because if you don't, they'll really tee it up, and they're doing some different stuff in their blitz packages on third downs than what they've done in the past. And, hopefully we need to try to stay out of those situations as much as we can.
And just looking at your team, at this point in the season, midway, kind of heading into that second half, undefeated in Sun Belt play, what's impressed you the most about your own team?
Well, I was impressed, really. We only played 2 games in the league, but I was impressed with the way I thought we handled the short week last week and, going down and, taking care of business, so to speak. But, right now I think for this time of the year, we're reasonably healthy, from what we've been in the last several years. And the other thing that we're excited about as a staff, is we have a little bit more depth. Austin Vaughn came in as the 4th running back last week on the drive that ran up, last 7 or 8 minutes of the drive, and at running back, and after Johnson and Phillips both went out the game, and Malik Jackson came in as a wide receiver, and he hadn't really played a whole lot this year, but came in and made several big catches going down the stretch for us and stuff. So hopefully we continue that. We have a little bit more depth than what we've had in the past.